it's basically a thought experiment, and there's a lot of text in there, but it's a thought experiment to go through if you want. And this is real life for a lot of people. Two splits. I don't know if everyone has a business or if they're employees, but it's similar scenario. So I'll set the scene. Scenario is in 1 month, your job or your business will be taken from you by someone who had an AI first approach to the same position. They can do more faster and expand into either areas of the company that you couldn't, or they can, excuse me, on the business side, they can make more products, deliver more services, get their store in front of more prospects, marketing, and all of your clients will go to them. This is the scenario, and this is happening, and it's going to keep happening. The good news is that in half that time, so days to weeks, depending on how large your business is or how complex your role is, in half of that time, so up to 2 weeks, you can recreate your position or your bit. Like you can be that person or that business that just kind of uproots your old business. So do this first. If someone goes around and your company evaluates things and like, you know what, if we had this new person, they do AI first, everything. If you already went through your job, like, yeah, I went through everything that I did, and here's the AI version of it, you just saved your job. So I think in half that time, you can actually be the person who recreates your job, recreates your business as AI first. And what does that mean? That means you break everything down to a task level, and you figure out ways you can use chatbots to complete your tasks. And if you have certain predictable workflows, you can create like a Zapier, make or whatever workflow to do that. If you have things that are more unique, different kinds of projects, you can create agentic applications to improve whatever that is. But think about this and like think about your whatever it is you do, and it's just like, am I AI first everywhere that I can be? And maybe you can't do certain things. Maybe you have I don't know, accreditation issues and you can't use AI, or maybe your company policy says you can't do this. So don't do those things. But you can still, it's still a really good thought experiment where it's just like, how could I do this? And then maybe in a week, a month, a year, the policy changes or whatever is gone, whatever restriction that was there is now gone, and you can go and you're right at the forefront of it. So kind of breaking it down, it's just like the how am I supposed to do that? If you're the employee, create a procedure to break your position down into the task level, like the actionable event level. And this could be a ton of stuff, just but every time you do something, write it down. And over hours or maybe days, weeks, depending on, again, how complex your task is, you'll just have a list of here's everything that I do. And then, again, one at a time, how could I do this with AI first? Could I do it with AI first? It's like I have to drive the van somewhere. AI might not be able to do that yet. But just go through every task, and it's like, how could I do this AI first? And then document that procedure and whatever findings you have, and then you choose. It's like, do you just have the information or do you take action on it? So if you want to take action, work with your superiors to implement some of the changes or all the changes. And my opinion, it's like if you do that and you choose to do nothing, just be prepared that someone else is doing this behind the scenes, whether it's someone who wants your job or the company is looking to cut costs or whatever. But this is happening all over the place. So I think that doing it first is really valuable, and I won't belabor that point. But I think repeating the whole thing with starting with the procedure and documenting it is because I think you should repeat it at least every 6 months. AI tools and capabilities are doubling about every 6, 7 months. So it just look at Claude and ChatGPT 6 months ago. The stuff that they're doing was laughable compared to like Nano Banana and some of the new stuff. So it's like every 6 months, it's like, okay, go through the process, and it goes way faster after the first time. And then business, it's the same idea. It's just like you take the work that you do and break it down. And I know that a lot of people have small business, like we have a small business. It's not necessarily tied to the person when we're talking about business. It's tied to the work that you do. So make an org chart of everything that you do. Like maybe you're a solopreneur, but you still have marketing, you still have sales, you still have operations, you still have HR, maybe IT, product. Like you still have the different areas. So make an org chart like tied to the work that you do. And then again, each section put out whatever work you do over there to a task or project level, and then go through them and like, how could I do this with AI tools? Could I do this with AI tools? Document what you find, and then again, determine maybe you can't do certain things. Um, Legal issues, certification, accreditation, etc. Well, fine, don't do those things. Make a note, and then do a risk analysis and see what are you willing to tolerate. Implement whatever falls in line with that. And again, repeat again, I'd say at least every 6 months. Again, you don't have to do any of that. I think it's valuable for kind of everybody at this point, but it's food for thought.